Hi, welcome to another game of Catan. So I am in first position, and the 10-8-5 here in the corner is looking pretty good. The 8-5-4 is also looking pretty good as well. You could do the 4-6-9, a lot of ore, a lot of sheep as well, but I think for first position you generally want to be on a couple more resources. Now the question is, will I be able to get wheat on the way back? I mean, I can always take the 3-8, but it might not be enough wheat. This is difficult because we want to have a lot of options here. I think I'm going to do the 5-8-10. I mean, I could do the 4-9-3 and then just expect to get on this. The only problem is someone's going to take the 8-3-4 and the 5-8-10, which makes it tough. I think I will do this. The 10-8-5. I might have to play without wheat, but it's a risk I'm willing to take to get on solid ore. The problem with the 4-9-6 is that I don't think I'm going to get this 10-5-8 with it. And I think I'll also go off to the right here. Another option would have been to go up, but I'm assuming someone's taking this spot right here. Green goes for the 4-8-5 spot. Makes sense. That was my second option. I do think this 3-8 is going to get taken. I mean, if not by anyone else, by me, most likely. So, definitely an interesting spot. Now, what I like about this play right here is the versatility of it. Now, I can go for road if I'm not able to get on enough wheat to go for army. I have this ore port in case I do get on more ore, say this 11-9-10 spot. And then, of course, if I can get on a lot of wheat, then we're working with cities and maybe dev cards if we can get on this 10-8 spot. Third position, I'm assuming, is going to go for this 4-6-9. That'd be the smartest play, in my opinion. I mean, he should definitely go for this, because if he doesn't, then that means fourth position is going to get a really good setup with the 4-6-9 and the 5-10-9. So I'm expecting blue to take one of these spots. If I were blue, I would probably take the 4-9-6. If he does, then that means orange is going to take probably the 5-9-10 and then the 11-10-9 here. And then probably go down. Or maybe even go... Or I could see him trying to double up on the 9, actually. So, yep, makes sense. So I'm assuming orange here is going to go for the 5-9-10, and then for a second pick, the 11-10-9. That's what would make the most sense. Green made a really bold decision going left here, because in my position, I'm almost definitely going to go on this 3-8, considering a lot of these other spots are going to get taken. Of course, if the 5-11-6 is open, I'll take that spot, but highly unlikely. Blue will probably take that on his next rotation. But I think the best setup for orange, which is a not bad setup at all, is to do first pick 5-10-9, second pick 11-10-9, going down. Okay, so he opts for more wood. Going to the wood port also makes sense, and he does that second pick. I like that. I think that's a really good pick. He's got a lot of flexibility, potentially can connect. So now the question is, what's blue gonna do? I could see blue doing this 8-10, honestly. Oh, okay, but he doesn't. He opts for road. Okay. So he wants to get on this wheat port. I think that's a huge mistake. He's going on the brick because he's assuming he's gonna port it out with this brick port, but not starting out with wheat when he easily could with this 8-10 is a bold call for sure. He's really closing up the board as well. Green, I'm assuming, is going to do this 3-8-4. And then maybe even fights me for my OR port, which wouldn't make that much sense for OR. You're not going to port any of that. Another thing he could do is go for the 3-8 himself, but that's not enough production, and I'm still going to get on the 8-10. So that wouldn't make a ton of sense either. Honestly, I think he's going to go for this 3-8-4 and then go down, and then get the 3-1 port in the case that I take this. I take this 3-8. Yep. He's going to go off to the right. He could fight me for the OR port, but... Oh, okay, so it goes up. That's even better for me. Now I know I want the race for the OR port. Another thing I could do... No, that doesn't make a ton of sense. I think the 3-1's the best call. Gives me the most flexibility. First I'm really going to have to worry about here is orange. Let's see, is there any other spots I'm missing? So 10-9, go up to the wood port. It's another option. I do have plenty of road building supplies. But I like being on the sheep. Especially because blue's not going to get much dev cards. This really takes down green's game quite a bit as well. Yeah, orange is going to be some trouble here. Orange is going to be some trouble because he's on a good amount of wheat. So he's going to be able to build cities pretty quickly here. And he's on a lot of road building materials as well. The second he gets on this 5 sheep, or this 5 ore with the sheep port, he'll have even more ore. But he doesn't have a ton of sheep to compete with for army. So my goal here is to get on the... He's probably going to take from me, I'm assuming. Actually, he broke up Green's road. That makes even more sense. Blue can be a threat here, but the 11-3 just aren't going to roll enough. And the fact that he's going to have to port it all to be able to compete with me for army is not great. He just doesn't have a lot of wheat. Whereas I'm going to have a lot more wheat once I get on this 10-8. Okay, we'll take the robber here. It'll help me stop orange earlier on. So see, the other thing is orange is on a lot of production. He's already got 8 cards. With this port, that wood port, he's in a dangerous spot. So I'll be blocking orange probably the whole game. I will say the only thing we have going for us in terms of our competition with orange is that You'll need to connect these roads to compete for longest road, which will take a lot of materials because he doesn't have any expansion spots between these two settlements. Obviously not going to make this trade. Okay, orange should definitely block blue here. Probably on this 4 ore. Oh wait, sorry, this is orange. Yeah, he should still block blue here. Yeah, on the 4. Yeah, orange is a good player. He's already got a settlement. Not much I can do. Green and orange with early settlements. Green not as worried about, because he doesn't have too many expansion opportunities. It's really between me, orange, and blue. And I think a lot of the game will be decided on who takes this road in between, because right now they're kind of crisscrossing a little bit, and whoever takes these 4 roads in between will take longest road, which is 2 victory points. See if anyone takes this. No. We'll even do this. Let's take that either. Orange is also not on a ton of production here. And the fact that he doesn't have wheat is going to hurt him this whole game. Blue, I still don't think is going to do that great, because he's going to have to rely on porting out all of his brick once he gets on this brick port for wheat to compete with me. Orange is who's really scary to me. Yeah, he's got a great expansion, already another settlement. Thankfully, we got our wood. Next objective is to city up on this 5-8. I'm not actually that concerned if he takes our ore port there. That's probably his next expansion. I think it'd make more sense for me on this 3-1, but at this point in my mind, orange is out of this game. Very nice roll for us. We're going to be hitting orange all day. Alright, one more 10 or 3, and we got our city on the 5, 8, 10. That'll be huge for us. After that, prioritizing the city isn't that important. I mean, maybe on this 8, 10, so that anytime a 10 hits, we'll get double. That'll help us for cities. Now, one thing you can do here is start looking at taking road. Now, I don't have many places to go if I tried taking it. One second, let me see if I can get this trade off. See if blue takes this. Well, that did not pay off for us at all. We're going to do this to get our first city. Which was huge. Now green should still be blocking orange here, just because he has too much flexibility with this wood port, and he's on plenty of ore and wheat. With also a lot of brick. I mean, it's really orange's game to lose at this point. It looks scary that I put my first city down, but orange is still looking the best. Decent block. Should have stolen from orange there, I think. But it looks like he's trying to fight me now for this ore port. I mean, it makes a lot more sense for him to go for the 3-1. So, I'm not sure. I mean, I guess it would take away a settlement spot for me, is probably what he's thinking. I'm assuming orange, he could block this 8, yeah, makes the most sense. Gets green. Now, the question is, yeah, so now people hate being told what to do, but it is the best thing at this point to be blocking orange. Hopefully blue sees it. That 5 is definitely the best block for blue. But he does the 8. Yeah, see, the 10's not a great block because, I mean, I guess it stops orange from making roads, but at the same time, right now he's going to prioritize cities. Everyone's searching for wheat. That 5 hasn't hit a ton. Blue's looking for a city, definitely. His lack of wheat's really starting to hit him now because at this point he's having to four for one for everything. I'm taking this trade, by the way, because I don't want green to snag this, and 2 sheep doesn't really do much for me. But looking back, it might have been a better idea to ask for 2 cards. Now that I see that he has 4 cards left over, I was assuming he was going to be doing some more 4 for ones. Now I regret it a little bit. But that's okay. We do need to start looking at army at this point. Another good thing is that I'm behind orange here, so if he does place the robber on me, I'm always going to have positioning over him. Green can definitely cut me off here, I could see that. It's good that he's also blocking orange. I'm a little bit more of a threat now. I'm surprised he didn't block me because me and him are fighting for army, so it makes sense if he were to block me here. He's also going to 3-1, which is very good to hear. It's going to be important now to focus a lot more on dev cards than cities. The 8-10 is really the last priority for the last city priority that I need for this game, because I will need to fight orange or green, because at this point army is the only thing he can really go for here to have a chance. But I think at this point green's really out of the game, and I wouldn't say blue's out of the game yet. I mean, he still can make this shot for road, and the fight between him and orange could be what wins me the game here. That's what we're hoping. Anytime someone's looking for a card desperately, I like to put in the chat that I don't have it, because if they're considering using a robber, then they're not going to look at me. So it's something subtle, but I've noticed that helps, because sometimes you'll get stolen from if you're on a lot, of a resource. Like right now I'm on that 8 sheep. And so it'll usually prevent them from going too hard on me. Green's got to get a dev card here for sure. Otherwise he's in trouble. Orange is doing what he should do. Yeah, and he was saying that so that Green would get army there. Very smart. Very smart of him to do. Because Green honestly needed the army more than he needed the city. He should have gone for the city there. Because if I get a 10 or a 3 rolled here, then that's the first thing I'm going to be buying. So I need to counter this, obviously, so I don't get blocked. Sheep port would have been helpful too. It might not have been a bad idea. What I was explaining earlier is if I wanted to go for army in a kind of subtle way, I could build up to this 10 to get another settlement on the 10, and then even build around just a sneak road in case Orange doesn't want to expend all of his resources going for it. Unfortunate. So this is, the victory point is not good. I mean, it's okay, but it's not good overall. Because, oof, clutch block on the 5. Because I really need army here. At this point, Green really needs to get some dev cards, which I'm sure he's going to get this round. Yeah, and Orange is pushing that for sure. Because at this point, it's Orange's game to lose. Indefinitely. So he looks like he goes for the settlement. Will he have enough for a dev card? Most likely. He's got 8, yeah. Yeah, he's got 2, so he's playing one next time for sure. And unfortunately, Orange is always going to be able to outpace Green here because Green just doesn't have enough places to go. And Orange knows that. Orange is a good player. Blue, but that would be interesting. That could be a really clutch play if Green were to take army and road and then has a dev death card in his hand. That would be huge. Fortunately, we don't have any ports that can help us here, so... He needs to be blocking orange. Either 9 works. Honestly, the 9 wood at this point might be a better block. Looking back now, I think that was actually a bad move. Alright, we got our dev card. It's another victory point, unfortunately. So orange is getting upset about the block. I'm surprised blue hasn't done better this game. I think if he would have gone across, that would have helped. But once again, not having wheat really, really kills you. Okay. If I can stay alive for this next round, I should be able to get the dub. Orange could have a mono, or doubtful he has a victory point because there's still plenty of development cards, and I have 2 in my hand right now, so I doubt it's a victory point. But if it is, we can be in trouble, but if we make it one more revolution around, we should have the victory here. I'm hoping it's not a mono. That's honestly the best, or the worst case scenario. Also, that's another worst case scenario. Probably gonna rob for me. Yep. Very unfortunate. But if we still get a 10 or 3, we can still win this. Maybe even a 7. We got it. Wow. Very good game. I did not think I was going to win this. Let's look at the board real quick. So I think it was good overall that I didn't go for the road. What I was trying to explain earlier is what I could have done was go on the 10 and then keep snaking around, potentially get road. I don't think that was a good idea because 10 at the end of the day is not a lot of pips to try to put another placement on. And here, anytime you have this T set up, that gives you a lot more efficiency in terms of your use of resources, because now you need one road that you can branch to 2 different roads, which saves you 1 more road. So that's super helpful. Also, I'm building to the 8 in a more efficient way. Instead of building 2 roads here, I'm building 1 road, and then, like I said, 1 road here off to the 8, and then another road off to the 5. Both of these really great expansion spots. And yeah, I figured we didn't really need road here. Orange was going to be on more road making resources. Green didn't really have much else you could shoot for. I think if there's anything I could have done differently is maybe buying more dev cards. But at the end of the day, we did win. I think Orange did the best that he could. But I think getting a city on this 9 was more important than getting these dev cards. Because at the end of the day, he needed more cities. He was really close to winning. I think his biggest mistake was not sitting up this 11, 9, 10. And I think if he would have done that, he would have probably beaten me. Because he only had this 1 brick source. So that's why Green started beating him there. So if he would have gotten this earlier on, instead of prioritizing the settlement on the 10-9, I think Orange would have taken it. Also, we definitely got lucky with the victory points. I did play flexible enough to where if I got another army, I think that would have helped out tremendously. Or even a mono or something, because I was on a lot of wood, so if I get mono brick or something like that, that could have really helped. Or if this 9 and 4 were rolling. But let's look at the stats. So 7, a lot of 7s here, which honestly hurt Orange more than anything, because I think Orange had the best setup. A lot of 10s, which helped me out for sure. Not a lot of 11s. That probably also affected Orange's game quite a bit because they weren't able to defend themselves with as many knights. And the 9s were low as well. So I will say the dice really helped me out this game. But I think Orange made a couple mistakes that really allowed me to take this game. But regardless, it was a fun game. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.